following the lead, Jack Kelly in our musical Newsies, November 14th through the 16th. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Alfonte.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, getting proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin tonight's game, Zionsville Community High School and the Hoosier Crossroads Conference would like to emphasize the importance of positive sportsmanship. The HCC has a traveling trophy awarded at the end of each season to the school that best demonstrates fair play, courtesy to officials and opponents, and the ability to win or lose gracefully. Zionsville Community High School and the Hoosier Crossroads Conference look forward to a great night of competition with this sportsmanship definition in mind. Our officials in tonight's contest, our referee tonight is Larry Babcock, umpire is William Philbin, our head linesman is Jimmy Holloway, the line judge this evening is Chris Sorrell, and our back judge is Mr. Matt Holloway.
Schedule online, anytime. Get an appointment with Ascension Meetings at St. Vincent just that easy with online scheduling.
Good evening, Royals fans, and welcome to Zionsville High School as the Royals try to fight back to 500 with a win tonight against a 3-2 Zionsville team. My name is Turner Graves alongside my great friend Tyler Groves, and it is a pleasure to have you with us tonight. And Tyler, coming off of a huge win against the then undefeated Westfield team, what do you expect to see out of the Royals this week?
Yeah, Turner, last week was a huge win for the Royals that really could turn their season around. But I hope to see a team that is inspired and motivated. Sometimes after a big win, a team can have a letdown the following week. That can't happen tonight. This is a huge opportunity for the Royals to get a road win. Looking at some stats, the program over the last couple of years have lost 10 straight road games and have lost 9 straight games after a win. So tonight is a chance to break both streaks, get back to 500 before a 2-game homestand starting next week against Noblesville.
Very true, Tyler. There's some crazy stats. And another big point for tonight's game is going to be the Royals' run defense against Zionsville. Zionsville's running back Colin Price has 985 yards on the ground and 8 touchdowns to add to that through just 5 games.
Yeah, Colin Price is a sophomore. He's a really good player. I was actually talking to the Royals starting will linebacker Seth Morelli, and he called Price one of the best backs in the conference. So the Royals are very aware of the player he is, and they know that they'll need to slow him down to win tonight. But the Royals, we saw last week, also have a great running back in their own in Blaine Wirtz, who returned from injury and showed the world what he can do. He ran for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, and will be looking to duplicate his performance tonight.
We'll see if Blaine can do it again as Zionsville is just about to kick off to HSE to start this game.
It is Zionsville's homecoming tonight, so their crowd's ready to go and trying to get a win on their homecoming night as the Royals did last week on theirs.
Number 23, Chris Freeman, is going to send it away. Jaden Smith's going to have to backpedal, and it's just going to be a touchback. So the Royals are going to come out the 20-yard line to start off this game.
Yeah, here Andrew Hobson going to come out, lead the team. Played pretty well last night. Last week, I should say. Did have an early interception that cost the Royals a tough start to the beginning of last week, but maybe they'll start the run game early tonight and get Blaine Wirtz going.
Hobson with over 1,100 yards this year. Looking to add to that impressive stat tonight. He's going to take the snap and he's going to look right immediately out to Nathan Wolf. He's got to get some good yardage before he gets tackled, so it's going to be about 2nd and 3.
Yeah, it was just a quick stick route, basically 5-yard out by Nate Wolf, the H-back, and he was wide open. Hobson hit it and got a couple yards after the catch, so gained a 7, and good start for the Royals on offense.
Better than the first play pick last week.
Flea
flicker. He's going to look deep to Ben Boysen, and he reached out with his right arm, just couldn't grab it. Good defense there. Didn't get fooled.
Yeah, he just overthrew him a flea flicker. A little trickery early by Coach Morris and Coach White's the offensive coordinator. Like the call. Didn't work, but I like the aggressiveness.
It's the first really true trick play we've seen out of these Royals kind of early.
Yeah, they did run one week 1 against Lawrence Center. They ran a wide receiver pass to DeAndre Rhodes through it, but neither of them worked so far this year. No.
Blaine Wirtz is going to get tackled for no gain, so it's going to bring up a 4th and about 3 yards.
Yeah, that's a tough play, but they are lined back out, maybe try to see if they'll jump off sides, or sometimes they'll bring out the punt team a little bit late, but we'll see what they do here. And here comes the punt team. So good stand by the Zionsville defense. Start off, they gave up 7 yards in the first play, and then they got 2 plays in a row where they got nothing, and got a good 3 and out for them.
They're going to take it about the 30-yard line and get tackled about the 42. So after a 3 and out, Zionsville will start with good field position against the Royals.
Cole Wiseman, the quarterback for Zionsville, 737 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions so far on the season. And, of course, Colin Price lined up right next to him, the talented sophomore running back.
A little bit of a high snap, and he's just going to fall on it. Smart play there and limit the damages, but it's going to bring up a 2nd and long.
I don't know if if Wiseman is ready for it. It looked like a not perfectly timed snap and then caught him by surprise. It was also high on top of it. And then he recovered it. And then, but a good start for the Royals. Obviously, they didn't really do much, but puts them behind the sticks. So the Royals will take that any day.
And give it to Colin Price, make up some of those yards, and he does. Gain of about 5, so it's going to be a 3rd and 15 for the Eagles. Evan Lance on the tackle. Going to take the snap, and there's some pressure by Joel Cheche, and he's going to find a receiver out, and he's going to get the first down and more. He's not taken down all the way down to the 35-yard line, so good pressure initially, but just found a receiver downfield.
Yeah, it was Colin Price. He ran out in the flat. At first there was nothing there, then he turned it upfield and just beat Nate Haas. And good catch and run by Colin Price and gets him the first down.
After the big play, it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 35. Take the snap. It's going to be a pitch out to Colin Price.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to be a hold, yep.
Yeah, Loudon Sunderland got held on the end. And that is, in fact, the call. And
push him back.
Yeah, push him back 10 yards, and it'll still be first down.
So far in this game, Zionsville has had 2 self-inflicted wounds, a high snap on the first one, and then their holding play there that called back a good run. So HSE defense not really doing much, but they're not allowing anything either. So
I mean, they had a good pass to Colin Price in the flat that got him the first down, but a couple self-inflicted wounds continues to put them behind the sticks.
I'm going to give it to Colin again up the middle. And that time the Royals were there. It's only about a gain of 1.
Evan Lance is doing a little bit of a dance. Him and JT Munchner were there in there on the tackle. Good penetration by that defensive line and stop Colin Price for about no gain.
Put Colin Price in motion, just looking like a screen. Good blocking by Zionsville, and Mike Cherry's going to come up with the tackle after a gain of about 2 yards. So he can bring up another 3rd and long.
A good tackle by Mike Cherry. The initial defenders by the Royals kind of overran it a little bit, came up a little bit too quickly, and Colin Price just picked the side that they didn't go to and allowed him to get a few yards. But pretty good job overall by the Royals defense, and what is it now, a 3rd and 20. So.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, got to keep everything in front of you. Come up, make a tackle. Can't have a penalty or anything like that. Just play smart and force them to punt it away.
There's some pressure by the Royals, but he's looking out and just going to throw it out of bounds. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 20. Good drive overall by the Royals defense.
Yeah, it was good pressure by the Royals at first, and then forced Wiseman to kind of get out of the pocket, and there's just nothing downfield. Good coverage by the Royals, and it'll force a punt and get their offense back out on the field.
Snap is away, and high, short punt. The Royals are just going to say get away from it, and took another good HSE bounce. So the punt got to about where their initial line of scrimmage was. It's going to be, considering the field position, is going to be pretty good to come out and start this offensive drive.
And they're going to start on the 35-yard line, and here comes Hobson for the second drive.
He's going to hand it off to Blaine Wirtz, who shakes out of a tackle and is about gain of 7. So second and short.
A really good run there by Blaine Wirtz. Broke some tackles, picked up 7 yards, and makes it second and short.
We give it to him again, and he's going to get the first down. Keep running. More of that tough running we see from Blaine. He's going to get the first down.
Yeah, good blocking up front by the Royals offensive line, and then Blaine hit the hole hard and fast, and picked up a good gain for a first down.
I'm going to give it to Jace Alexander for a gain of a couple. Just gain about 1, so it's going to be second and 9.
It will be interesting to see tonight how much Coach White's relies on the running game, or if he's going to try to open up the passing game. With Blaine being back, they're a little bit more open to running it more, just because Blaine has done such a great job at running the football. But they also have very talented receivers on the outside, and Hobson's a very capable quarterback getting the ball. So it'll be interesting to see how he balances the run and pass play calls tonight.
It's going to be a play action, a rollout left, and the comeback route to DeAndre. And it is caught for a first down. And that comeback route looks like one of HSE's favorite plays so far this year.
They run that a lot to DeAndre, and he usually is always open and usually makes the catch. So good rollout play, get Hobson out of the pocket, and then just throw it for a first down on a comeback route. So really good execution so far on this drive for the Royals.
I'm going to hand it off to Blaine Wirtz up the middle. Falls forward for a gain of about 2 yards. Quick drop back, it's going to be a screen to Blaine. Out to the left side, breaking more tackles. And he's going to fall forward for, looks about a first down, and they're moving the chains.
Yeah, it was a well-executed screen play. The Zionsville defensive line came hard upfield and didn't recognize that it was a screen, and then just threw it right to Blaine, got the blockers out in front, and picked up a first down. So really well-executed screen play, picked up a first down, and the Royals are moving down the field, getting close to the red zone area.
Give it to Blaine outside on the right. He's going to cut up field for another solid gain, about 4 yards. It seems like every time Blaine gets the ball, there's never a no gain. He always turns those no gain or 1 yard gains into 4 or 5. And that's just makes Blaine so special, and it's vital to have him here. We're glad he's back.
I'll also say Blaine hits the hole a little bit quicker than some of the other backs have this season, and it allows the offensive line not to have to hold their blocks as long, and that hole's only there
and a
for
slant
so
route
long.
to Ben Boysen, and it's a touchdown Royals, and to put the Royals up 6-0 early. That was a good play over the middle.
Yeah, Ben Boysen just ran a post route right over the middle, and he catches it in stride and takes it into the end zone. What a start for the Royals, and what a really well executed drive, and just a perfect drive to take the lead and take the momentum early in the game.
Alex Girolis out for the extra point. Snaps a little low, but he gets it and is going to go through the upright, so it is going to be 7-0 Royals, and a good offensive drive there from the Royals, and looked like everything was working.
Sure was. The run game was there. The play action pass was there. They ran a screen that worked well, and then that final one, the post right over the middle to Boysen. So a good drive for the Royals, and then top it off, Drolis makes the extra point, which is sometimes this season has been interesting, but he makes the PAT there and starts off 7-0 and takes the momentum early in the game, which is big on Zionsville's homecoming night. So Zionsville's going to have to respond on their following drive, but great start for the Royals.
And a quick break in the action. Want to remind you, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible this year by Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street. Check out their hours at skyzone.com/Fishers. Alex Drolis set to kick off. Kicks it away, and it is going to be up to the 5-7 yard line. They're going to take it left and got a little bit of a hole. Jukes a couple defenders out, and the Royals come up and make a host tackle about the 25, so that's where Zionsville will start their drive.
Yeah, some really good moves by Miles Cox, the kick returner, and made a few people miss on that. That was impressive. But it ultimately didn't get him a ton of yards, but it was an impressive run.
Wiseman's going to hand it off to Price on the outside, and he's got a little bit of room, cuts up field, and all of a sudden there's Royals there for going to get a gain of about 2 or 3.
Yeah, Colin Price was trying to take the run outside, but really good job by Joel Cheche getting outside and force him to cut back to where all the rest of the Royals defense was, and only picks up a minimum gain. So good job by Joel Cheche.
Just going to give it to Price again, and gets a couple yards. It's going to create a 3rd and short for Zionsville. Hit the hole really quick there on that run.
Really, tonight's a battle of really good sophomore running backs. You have Blaine Wirtz for HSE, and then Colin Price for Zionsville, both very talented. And you'd like to think if Blaine didn't get hurt, he'd probably have similar numbers to what Colin Price has. So a really good even matchup at running back tonight.
Wirtz is 260 and 2 touchdowns through 2 games. While we're talking about him and get a first down, Zionsville, so they'll move the chains.
Yeah, Zionsville pulled a guard and came around the edge and then just ran it right up the middle, and they had an extra blocker for the against the Royals defense, and it picks up a first down. So well executed run play, and they keep the chains moving.
Wiseman's looking back to pass and some pressure there, and HSE, and he's going to get sacked by Evan Lance. He's doing a little bit of a dance again.
Yeah, they called him down. It looks like the ball might have came loose at the very end, but really good job by Evan Lance. Just shedded the block and went right into Wiseman for the sack, and Wiseman just didn't have that much time, and he had a couple guys open downfield, but he just didn't even have time to look up and find an open receiver. So really good job by Evan Lance, and he continues his very good season.
We're going to have a whistle.
Timeout by Zionsville.
That timeout, 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the first quarter. The Royals are up 7-0 after a post route to Ben Boysen went in for a touchdown, and the Royals are looking good early. You know, those 2 forms of the Royals we were talking about earlier in the season. HSE's coming out to play tonight.
Yeah, this is it's good to see because this one's on the road, so Usually the Royals have played well at home and have done a better job at home compared to the road, but tonight they've had a good start on the road, which is good to see. The last couple road games, it's been a little bit shaky. Against North Central was shaky, and then, of course, against Fishers, that was just a tough game all around. So good to see them get a good start on the road, get some momentum early. Hopefully that continues for the rest of the game. And we have a replay of the Ben Boysen score here, if we can get it to work. Does not look like it is working. My apologies.
It's going to be a screen, yep. And the Royals weren't ready for it, and gets taken down after a gain of about 10, so it's going to be a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, well executed screenplay. The Royals are coming hard upfield, fooled Evan Lance and JT Muncher on the defensive line, and then they just threw it right past him. But good job by the Royals defensive backs and Seth Morelli and Nate Haas, the linebackers, to get over there and not let up too many yards.
Some pressure, but he gets it away, and it's going to be incomplete.
And
good,
no flag, which is
good defense, Micah Phillips. Zionsville's crowd does not agree, but
I tell you what, that's a tough call, because it did look like it was all over him before the ball got there. But we'll take it. We'll take the punt, and good defense to stand by the Royals.
On another high short punt.
That was a rough punt.
It's nothing but not favorable punts for Zionsville, but HSE is going to have good field position once again. Taking it about the 50-yard line, so going 50 yards to score.
Yeah, that was only about a 10, 11-yard punt, so that really, almost about 10. Yeah, that is not ideal. If you're Zionsville, only a 10-yard punt, you might as well go for it at that point. But Royals will take it on the 50 and have really good field position to start off the 3rd drive.
To Blaine Wirtz, he's going to run through some tackles and ultimately gets about 6 yards. Another good run.
Yeah, one thing Blaine Wirtz is really good at is finding the hole. And there was just a small hole for him to get through, but he found it quick, and he got through it and picked up some yards and got to the 2nd level. So his vision is really good for a sophomore. Usually you don't see that until junior, senior year, but he's doing it as a sophomore, so really good job by Blaine.
And drop back to pass and rolling out left, and it looks like he's about to keep it, and just runs out of bounds and avoids a hit. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4, excuse me.
And this is an area where Coach Morris might think about going for it if the Royals don't get it here.
Be the jet sweep to Ben Boysen. He's got a lot of room on the outside and gets tackled, but it is enough for the 1st down. So Coach Morris isn't going to have to make that decision yet.
It was a really good blocking by the Royals offensive line, and then Nate Wolf, the H-back, setting the edge, allowed Ben get around the corner, and then also good blocking by Tony Myers, the wide receiver.
Quick hurry-up offense, give it to Blaine up the middle, breaking some more tackles, and gain of about 6 yards, and that'll end the 1st quarter of play. At the end of the 1st quarter, the Royals are on top of the Zionsville Eagles 7-0. At the end, quick reminder, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. Big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for SSN.
And our cameraman, Zach Vance, has found a dinosaur in the Zionsville student section.
There we go. See a lot of things in homecoming night. Guess a dinosaur is one of them.
I thought they were the Eagles.
I thought they were too. Who knows?
It's all right.
I guess they can't fly, so dinosaur is the next best thing. And this first quarter, as the action takes a break, we will as well at Southeastern Sports Network. We will be back with you soon. We are back from the start of the second quarter, and the Royals are at a 2nd and 4. Gonna give it to Blaine Wirtz. He's tough running, and he's about tackled right about the line to gain. Let's see where they mark it. And looks like it's gonna be a little bit short.
Just short, it appears. Now
They're looking. Oh, they just changed it about half a yard, and they're gonna give them a first down.
All right, we'll take it. Good job by James Flum pulling around and getting up to a linebacker to block, allowing Blaine Wirtz to get some extra yards, and continuing. Blaine Wirtz is continuing to run hard and run tough, and is picking up extra yards after contact and allowing the sticks to continue to be moved.
I'm going to hand it off to Jace Alexander for some snap, and he's got some good room out to the right side for a gain of about 9-10 yards. Let's see where they mark it again.
Royals have established the run game early. They're doing a really good job blocking up front, and the running backs are picking the right hole and are going. They're not juking and jiving in the backfield, and this is going to open up the play action game. This is going to open up their passing game. So if the Royals continue to run the ball like this, their offense is going to become even more potent with all the wide receivers the Royals have.
Ben Boyson in motion, but they're going to give it to Jace Alexander up the middle, who's got some tough running, and it's going to be enough for the first down. So the Royals are entered the red zone, and a first down about the 18-yard line.
This would be huge to get another touchdown, go up 14, and get back-to-back scoring drives. Would be huge for the Royals, but they are almost, if it comes down to it, probably close to Drolis' range for field goal. But like I said, the special teams at sometimes have been questionable, so wouldn't be surprised if it's 4-down territory this close to the end zone, depending on the down and distance.
Give it to Blaine. He's got some room out the right side, and he's got a blocker, and he's going to be tackled into the yard marker. Another good run for the Royals, and Zionsville's defense is just not ready for this running attack.
Well, I tell you what, that was actually really good penetration by the Zionsville defensive line. They got through up the middle, but Blaine just went to the outside, and there was no one there for him to get him, I should say, and Blaine picks up 9 yards. So talk about his vision. That was a good example of how good his vision is, because there's nothing in the middle, bounce it outside, pick up 9 yards. So really good job by Blaine Wirtz. It looks like we have another timeout.
Zionsville's going to talk it over. Got a 2nd and 1 from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Scott Turnquist wants to talk it over, try to get his defense to get a stop and not allow the Royals to go up 2 scores. But the way it's looking, the Royals got to be feeling pretty good with this start, and Coach Morris has got to be happy.
HSE coming back out onto the field. We're going to pick up the 2nd and 1. And the way this game is going, I'd be willing to bet money this is going to Blaine, but who knows?
Also do a play action or jet sweep.
Nope, here you go. Comeback route to DeAndre, and it's open, and it's a touchdown, Royals. That is going to put them up 14-0, or 13, excuse me, pending the extra point, but another good play. That comeback route always seems to be always open, so good play call there with the Royals, and 13-0.
Yeah, it was good execution. They've kind of set him up a couple times on that jet sweep to Boysen where they run that, or they fake it and then run it up the middle with Blaine. They faked both, and then Hobson just rolled out and found DeAndre on a comeback route wide open in the end zone. So good execution by the Royals, good play calling by Coach Whites.
Drolis' kick is good, so it is going to be 14-0. 10 minutes and 23 seconds left in the second quarter, and the Royals have just looked outstanding so far.
Well, if you're Zionsville on homecoming night, this is not the ideal start. The crowd is not into it right now, being down 2 scores. So
that's what we said last week, though, so you never know.
That's true, but they're going to want to. They need a big play, something to get this crowd cheering, get some emotion back into it, and try to get back into this game. But Royals continue to do what they're doing on offense and just play well like they have pretty much all season on defense. They'll win this game, and they'll win it big if they continue to play well. And as my friend here, Turner Graves, just knocked on wood, because I probably just jinxed the Royals with my luck, but hopefully I'm wrong.
Announcer jinx is a real thing. Going to be a squib kick from Drolis, and it's a little fumbled by Zionsville, and that allowed HSE's kick coverage to get back towards Zionsville, and it's going to be the 24-yard line is where they will start this drive.
Yeah, Clayton Toner was in there on the tackle, and good job by them, and good kick by Drolis executing the squib kick. He's done a great job of that all season. And then Zionsville wasn't ready for it, and then couldn't pick up the ball, so it didn't allow them to get any return. And presents them with it's okay, field position not great, really not bad either, but get some points on the board and get back in the football game.
Especially how their offense is playing thus far.
And if the Royals continue to score points, it's gonna take Colin Price out of the game, because
they're gonna have to pass,
especially in the second half. If we get to that with a big lead, they're gonna have to pass it and not be able to run the ball.
Give it to him here, but the Royals are ready. That's going to be no gain on the play. And for as good of a running back Colin Price is, HSE has done a great job containing him so far this game.
Well, you can only do so much. It kind of relies on the offensive line, and they got to do their work to allow the running back to get anywhere. So the Royals' defensive line is doing a great job getting off their blocks, getting penetration, and then tackling Price, tackling them. We haven't seen many single tackles. It's been multiple Royals on the ball, and that doesn't allow them to get very far. So they've done a really good job getting to the ball and getting off blocks, and it's allowing to slow Price down.
Just going to give it to Colin Price on the left side. He's looking to get some yards, and there you're talking about another gang tackle, and there it is. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards. Zach Kazmierzak's helmet came off, so he's going to have to come out for a play, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, this is a big down for Zionsville. They do not want to have a 3 and out and have to punt it away to the Royals' offense, who's feeling pretty good right now. So this is a really big play for them.
Give it to Colin Price up the middle, and the Royals are there. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, they tried to fake out the Royals, and they ran a draw play up the middle, and the Royals weren't fooled by it. And here comes the punt team. If I'm HSC, I'm not listening to the snap count, don't want to jump off sides. They might try to get them to jump off sides, and you always have to watch out for a fake punt. But really, really good start for the Royals defense and a real good start for the Royals offense. So overall, obviously a really good start for the Royals, and they going to get the ball back here if everything goes right.
The snap is away, and the punt is best punt of the night for Zionsville, but is not going to be a fair catch, so he's going to tackle it right when he caught it, Jake Houston. And the Royals will get the ball about the 38-yard line.
Yes, that was definitely better than the 10-yard punt we saw earlier, so we'll provide the Royals with a little bit tougher field position, but it is still pretty good at the 38-yard line. And so far, HSE is winning on the scoreboard, and they're winning in the field position game as well. So
usually corresponds.
You're right, usually does.
Just going to take the snap, and he's going to look over the middle. Tony Myers with a good catch over the middle, enough for a first down.
Good route and good catch by Tony Myers, and a good throw by Hobson, and Royals are moving again.
That'll put him on Zionsville's side of the 50.
And tonight and really the next couple games, this is a really big stretch for the Royals. Have Noblesville next week at home, and then Franklin Central. All three of them are winnable games, so it starts tonight, but the Royals do have a favorable schedule upcoming.
Blaine Wirtz for another good gain of about 3 yards.
And then, of course, the last game of the year will be against Brownsburg, which will be
Always
a tough game, at Brownsburg. But tell you what, if you can win tonight in the next couple games, it will put you at 5 wins on the year, and you automatically have a winning season at that point. So that would be huge.
RPO over the middle, and DeAndre Rose bobbled it, but he's got a lot of room on the left side after he juked a couple of defenders out. That was a good play by DeAndre.
Yeah, he almost dropped it at first. Started to look upfield before he caught it, but he did end up catching it and then made a couple guys miss, and really good job by DeAndre getting yards after catch. But also got to give credit to Andrew Hobson. Really did a really good job faking the ball, drew the linebackers up, and then allowed DeAndre to get behind them for a first down. So really good job and well executed by the Royals.
It's going to be a handoff to Wirtz for 2 yards.
And HSE is already right back in the red zone. So
yeah, I was just about to say.
There's a red zone channel for high school football, which
there we are.
Yeah.
Indy Star.
You're right. Indy Star does that for Friday Night Lights, and we're proud and happy to be affiliated with them. But we should get some coverage tonight if we continue to.
We've got a flag. Looks like it might be on Zionsville for jumping.
Offsides, yeah. So move it up 5 yards, and that was the nose guard over the center, which is, I always wonder why you can jump when you're right in front of the ball.
You are on the ball.
All you got to do is look at it.
Hobson must have done something right, but a couple of quick stats. Blaine Wirtz with 64 yards on the ground already, and DeAndre Rhodes with another 50 in the air. So our two main offensive weapons are having a great game so far, and it's showing. Hobson's going to take immediate rollout right, and a touchdown. Tony Myers on the comeback route.
Man, what a great start.
Is nothing but good plays for the Royals, and is 20-0 with 6:46 left in the second quarter. And if you're Coach Morris, you've got to be ecstatic right now.
You got to be feeling really good. And like I said, when you can run the ball, it opens up the rest of your offense. It opens up the play action game. And right now they have Zionsville on their toes. They've been out there most of the half. They're tired. And HSE's running on them, and then they do a play action, and guys are just running wide open. And another example there with Tony Myers on the comeback. And the comeback routes have been successful so far for HSE.
Drolis' kick is good. He's 3 for 3 tonight, and it's 21-0. 6:46, as I said, left in the second quarter, and quick break in the action. Big thanks again to Sky Zone and Fishers for their sponsorship of Southeastern Sports Network this year.
Yes, thank you to Sky Zone, and if you want your business to be featured on our broadcast, you can contact us. Evan McDonald is our
business
manager, and you can contact us at our Twitter or anything like that if you want to have an ad on our broadcast or any of our forms of publications.
Be happy to have you.
We sure would. But what a start for the Royals, 21-0, and if this continues, it's going to be a long homecoming evening for the Zionsville faithful, which is never a good thing.
There's no 21 skunk rule in high school football, so.
Now they do have
Running clock.
They do have
after
running
a certain
clock.
point.
I want to say it's either 28 or 35 points, one of the two. But if we get to that point, we'll have a quick broadcast tonight. But still a long way to go. This game's not over by any means. Zionsville is a good team, and they have the capability of scoring points in a hurry. So this game's not over by a long shot. But really good start by the Royals and taking momentum.
Good kick by Girolis again. Zionsville's going to run it around the left side, and he's got a lot of room.
Good stutter step.
And he's out at about the 35-yard line. So honestly, that's Zionsville's best play so far tonight. Hopefully, for them, I guess, this sparks something on offense, but we shall see.
Yeah, it was a good return. He started all the way in the right corner, then just took it across the field and did a quick stutter step and beat the defender to the outside, and then eventually just ran out of bounds. But good return, gives him pretty good field position at the 34-yard line. As Zionsville tries to get something going on offense.
Quick update, Fishers is leading number 1 Avon 14-0 in the end of the first quarter.
Well, you had a feeling they were going to come out ready to play after kind of getting, I wouldn't say embarrassed, but beaten handily last week at Brownsburg. So they were going to come out ready to play, and they certainly have, and obviously against a really good opponent in Avon who HSE came close to.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Great game. Almost scored, and at the very end
crazy
on
lateral play,
but just came up just short on the 10-yard line, and fortunately the Royals lost that 35-27, but good for Fishers, good start for them. And
another quick update, Warren Central is up 14-0 on Pike, so that's another interesting game to watch. Keep you updated on those scores. As Wiseman's looking to pass, and he's going to throw it on the right side. He's got a man open, and he's going to be caught right about the 50-yard line, so Zionsville's moving the ball.
Trey Firestone, one of their better receivers, just came across the middle and was wide open, and so really good job by him, and then a good throw by Wiseman, and a big gain for the Eagles.
Looking back to pass again, deep right side, and a lot of contact both ways. Good no call there by the refs, in my opinion, but it's going to be incomplete and bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, really good coverage. Looks like Jake Houston on the coverage there. Really good coverage. You're right, there was a lot of hand fighting and contact there, but good no call by the officials. It was going both ways, and all of a sudden, being down 21-0, they've kind of thrown the run game under the bus and starting to air it out and trying to get some big plays.
Ben Davis up 14-0 with 6:30 left in the first quarter against, I'm not sure who they're playing this week, but they are up 14-0, and it's going to be a little shovel pass to Colin Price, but nothing going.
Yeah, that didn't work. It was trying to do like a middle screen, and if there's nothing there, usually you'd see a quarterback just throw it in the dirt instead of just kind of tossing it into his running back's hands, and it picks up a loss. So it would have been better if it was incomplete for them, but brings up a 3rd and 12, another big down for Zionsville, and another chance for the Royals to get off the field and get the ball back to the Royals offense.
Oh, had a hard count.
JT Munchner jumped off sides, and sometimes if no one on the offensive side jumps or moves, they try to allow the defense to get back before the snap, but that time they called it on JT Munchner.
Going to the bench.
Yeah, going. Usually when you make a bad penalty mistake, you get taken out, and in comes Joel Cheche. So allows Zionsville to move up a little bit closer and a little bit more manageable of a 3rd down.
Wiseman's going to look, rolling out right, and it is dropped. Number 2 for Zionsville, Brody Whitesell, couldn't catch that one. So it is going to be a 4th down and about 8 for Zionsville, and they're going to send out the punt team.
Yeah, and even if Whitesell would have caught that ball, it would have been unlikely for him to pick up a 1st down. So good coverage by the Royals on defense. No one was really open, and good stop for the Royals. And once again, they're going to get the ball back. And if there's one pro for Zionsville, at least they should flip field position here if they get a good punt.
Hopefully they do, for their sake. And there's another good punt. Out at about maybe the 25. Let's see where they mark it. Walk in.
Well, the further he walks,
Better for us. 23.
So not as bad as it could have been, but good.
Better than 10 yards.
I was just talking from the Royals' perspective, not as bad. They didn't get pinned deep, really, almost out at the 25, almost like a touchback on a kickoff. So Royals will take it and come back out and try to go up 4 scores here with 5:12 left in the first half.
We'll put Ben Boysen in motion, and he'll give it to him on the right side. And gain of about 2 yards before he's taken down. And, you know, even though those jet sweeps aren't for big plays, as we've seen all game, you know, setting up the play action, keep running it, and eventually they'll run the play action comeback routes, as we've seen multiple times tonight already. He's going to roll out and he's going to pass. Oh, a little miscommunication between Tony Myers and Hobson, but incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 coming up.
A good movement by Hobson in the pocket, avoiding the rush and finding some time to throw the ball, but just good coverage by Zionsville. Tony Myers wasn't really open, and then they had a miscommunication, and Hobson overthrew him. So brings up about a 3rd and 6.
Hobson's going to set up a screen, and he's got some blockers, and he's got enough of the first down, it looks like, and we're going to move the chains. It was an impressive great third down play call in the screen.
Yeah, Blaine Wirtz on the run, and another good, I guess, catch and run for that matter. But well-executed screenplay. Again, that's the second time the Royals have done a good job on a screenplay, and it gives them another first down.
He's going to take the snap, give it to Blaine again. He's trying to get out of a tackle, and he does, and he's going to get another first down. It's going to be enough to move the chains, yeah.
He's just running through arm tackles, and he's just running over people, running through people, and it takes 2 guys to bring him down. And
for
Blaine,
as little as he is, you might not expect it, but
yeah, he runs hard, and he's strong. He's a little bit bigger. He's not as tall, but he's solid, and so he's not the easiest to take down. And so he does a good job of running the ball.
Jace Alexander's going to get a good carry for another first down Royals. And breaking a couple tackles, a very impressive run.
Yeah, Alexander is a little bit of a change of pace. You know, he's kind of a good 1-2 punch with Blaine on the running game, and a little bit change of pace, and a little bit different for the Zionsville defense to go against. The Royals are hurrying it up as Zionsville's got some players running off the field.
Just going to give it to him again. He's going to break it outside, but good defense there from Zionsville. And you just talking about the change of pace kind of reminds me of, you know, Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman last year in Atlanta.
Tevin Coleman's a former IU running back. You know, I like that.
Of course you do.
Telling you, we're gonna get 6 wins. We're gonna make it to a bowl game.
Whoa!
Mark
Are
my
you
words.
you sure
Go
about
Hoosiers.
that? 6 wins.
If we get Michael Penix, our starting quarterback, we'll be all right.
Quick update from what I was saying earlier. Ben Davis is at Lawrence North tonight. They're going to give it to Jace Alexander for another gain of about 5 yards. So the HSE's running game is continuing to work tonight. Up 21-0 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. There's nothing wrong with running the ball.
And it's killing some clock, running down the clock as well, which was always a good thing when you have a lead and just kind of get into the halftime, close to halftime here. But what I was saying about Blaine is he's smaller. It's tough for those linebackers to see over the line and try to find out where he is. So he's quick, he's fast, he runs hard, and then he has the advantage of being smaller. They can't really find where he is.
Zionsville crowd cheering on their defense. You probably heard.
I like it. I like the passion.
I'm going to go to Jace again, and the defense did not listen. And
he isn't going to like that, though.
First down Royals.
Yeah, that was a draw play. That was what Zionsville was trying to do a couple possessions ago, and And that's kind of demoralizing when you have a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. They run a run play and pick up a first down.
Yeah. We're just running it down their throats at this point. We're proving, they can't stop us, so why stop? Why change it up?
Approaching 2 minutes here in the first half.
And there they are again with the run out to the right side. Jace Alexander getting some quality snaps in this game. Always good to see.
Yeah, he's running hard. He's running well. And like I said, it was a good change of pace from Blaine. But, yeah, the Royals are just continue to run the ball and pick up first downs. And at some point, they're going to throw a play action to either Boysen, Rhodes, or Tony Myers, and someone's going to be open because they're going to continue to suck in that defense. And Zionsville's going to have to continue to play the run. And
eventually they'll run, commit too hard, and
then
comeback route will be open.
Opportunity for the pass. And so the full playbook is at Coach White's disposal.
Yeah, they're sending the house on that one, but Jace Alexander still's got some room, and he's running all the way down to the 5-yard line. He's broke that first initial wave of Zionsville and got some great yards.
Yeah, we usually when a team blitzes like that, if you break the first wave, it can go for a long run because there's no one there after you get through the first part of the defense. And a really good run and a good job picking up the blitz by the Royals offensive line. And Jace Alexander just found the right hole and took it up the sidelines for a good gain. And the Royals continue to run the clock, and then now we're inside the 10-yard line to try to go up 4 scores.
That'll put his run total up to 65 yards so far. And Hobson's got Zionsville to jump.
Move it up a couple yards.
Half the distance to the goal.
Oh. Let's see here. One ref pointing towards HSC. Oh, no, he's going to call offside, so Royals will take it, move it up a couple yards. And for Zionsville, this is obviously being down 21-0. You try to not allow as many points here, and to hold them to a field goal would keep them at 3 scores. So this is big for them, an opportunity to try to gain any momentum going into half after a really well executed first half by the Royals. And it looks like we got a timeout by Coach Morris. So with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you here in a second on Southeastern Sports Network.
We are back about first from about the 3-yard line. Going to give it up the middle. And Jace Alexander reaches across, and it is going to be touchdown Royals. That'll bring it to 27-0 with just about 37 seconds left in the second quarter. And HSE is putting on a dominant performance so far.
Yeah, a really good run by
Jace
Alexander, and Royals will take it. They took a lot of clock off on that drive, and so Zionsville's not going to have very much of an opportunity to get points before the half, and so really well executed. And if Drolis can make the extra point and go up 28-0 heading into the half, if he can make it, which it looks like he did. So really good half for him. He's
finding his stride.
Yeah, he's finding his stride, getting some confidence, and
always good to see.
That's right. So really good job by Royals in the first half, and in Zionsville they're going to have some
Halftime adjustments
to make at halftime.
Coach Turnquist will have some things to say, hopefully turn it around for the Zionsville team. Of course, homecoming night, no one wants to see this, but
you got to give credit to where credit is due, and just HSE is came ready to play. I know the message all week by Coach Morris is, we haven't won a road game in 10 straight games as a program. He wanted to end that streak tonight, and he knew that tonight and the next 2 games is a really important 3-game stretch for the Royals, and he's gotten his message across because his players have come out to play and just really almost a perfect first half. If you could say if anything is a perfect first half in football, that was about as perfect as you can get.
Still 37 seconds, don't want any miracles. Can't take this half and say it's over yet.
That's true. And the game's not over yet either.
Nowhere close.
Plenty of time.
HSE
can't let off the gas.
HSE was down 22 going into the 4th against Avon, so anything's possible. Going to take the squib kick to about the 32-yard line, so with about 32 seconds left in this half, they'll 68 yards to go, maybe a little less depending on their field goal kicker, but 32 seconds left. And one more quick update. Brownsburg is up 10-0 at Westfield in the second quarter. So some good games around the conference. Some good games in Indy high school sports. So
be interesting to see how aggressive Coach Turnquist decides to be. If he wants to try to get points or if he just wants to try to get out of this half and get into the second half, only down 28.
Rolling out right, looking to pass. He's got some good protection from the line and throws it away. Ultimately, he's going to stop the clock with 25 seconds.
Yes, a smart throw away by Wiseman. You can't force the ball here to get an interception and give the Royals a chance to put more points on the board at this point. He's got to be smart. At worst case, going down 28-0, as bad as that kind of sounds and is, they would still have a chance in the second half. You can't have another turnover here, or a turnover here, I should say.
Take the snap, quick throw to the left side. It was going to be an out route, but it was just dropped. Couldn't hang on to it there. So after 2 incompletions, 3rd down and 10. 22 seconds left. Quick play from Zionsville, but just couldn't convert.
And I'll also say something that's interesting. If they don't get the first down, they're going to be forced to punt, and at times their punting game tonight has not been very good. So Royals could have an opportunity to get good field position and maybe try to put on more points or get a return or something along the lines of that. So it'll be interesting to see what they do if they don't get it.
Just going to run that little screen up the middle, but again, nothing going. And
Coach Morris does call timeout to
15 seconds.
Make them force the punt. Yeah, smart clock management by Coach Morris, and 15 seconds left in the first half.
Promise this will be the last one of the first half, but 2 more updates. Noblesville's up 14-7 at Franklin Central, and Cathedral is up 42-0 in the first half. So,
who's Cathedral playing?
Jeffersonville.
Oh, okay. I have a good friend, Tex Elliott. He goes to Cathedral, so
good for him.
I try to keep up with him. He's my neighbor. Getting recruited to play college football, so
it's always good.
Good friend of mine, good lineman for them. Starts at left tackle, so a little shout out to him. But good for Cathedral, and this is probably a score that will surprise some people around the conference. Zionsville has an over 500 record.
Right, they've been a good team thus far.
And the Indy Star predicted a 7-point win for the Royals. I don't think anyone expected a blowout, but so far that's what we're getting.
The punt is off, a low punt, but it is going to be a good bounce for Zionsville. Going to take it around the 30 and just run out of bounds at the 35. So we'll have time for 1, maybe 2 plays, 8 seconds left.
Yeah, you're probably just going to either run the ball or knee it here. You're already up 28. No reason to have a turnover or anything like that or risk injury. Probably take a knee, head into the half, feeling really, really good about yourself. After the Royals didn't score on the first drive, but after that had 4 straight scoring possessions, all touchdowns, and the Royals defense didn't let up much of anything. So great half for the Royals, and they're going to take a knee and head into the half. So what a performance and just a dominant start to this game for the Royals. But if you're Coach Morris, the message has to be, don't let off the gas. Treat this as 0-0 coming out of the first half. Can't have a let up or let them get back in the game or anything like that. You want to play well, and then if you're Coach Turnquist, you're probably going to look at your team and wonders what's going on, because Zionsville's better than the performance they're playing or they've showed tonight. And Coach Turnquist is going to want them to not give up and try to get back into this ball game. So be interesting to see what happens in the second half. I'm looking forward to it. It is Zionsville's homecoming, so it will be a little bit of extended halftime. But we are going to come back, give some more updates around the area, and give a little halftime analysis. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, looks like a little bit of a halftime performance by the Zionsville dance team. So we'll be back with some halftime analysis, though, here in a few minutes.
Dinosaur down in the student section. You gotta love a dinosaur, dude.
This fall, the 2019 March Leader Competition Show is called The Rising Tide. It's based on the concept that the new fan show the tide.
Because I want
At the first competition, March Eagles won first place and swept all awards. Last weekend, the band won awards for Best Color Guard and Best Music. Music
welcome back for some halftime analysis with just about 6.5 minutes left in this halftime. Some quick things we want to point out around HSE sports. Girls golf team won sectionals this past week. Big congratulations to them as they move on to their regionals and then hopefully state. And our volleyball team this week beat Zionsville in straight sets, so congratulations to those two teams around HSE. And some halftime stats from this game: Hobson 8 for 10, 117, and 3 touchdowns.
That's a very efficient first half, and just a great job by him. But the running game helps set that up, and when you run the ball well, it makes receivers more open on play action. It's easier, and 8 for 10, that's awesome. And then with the 3 touchdowns, that's just a great job by him.
And as you were talking about that run game, Blaine Wirtz 79 yards, and Jace Alexander getting quality snaps, 69 yards, and the touchdown to put us up 28-0. So some great offense all around, passing and on the ground. And so for our receivers, DeAndre Rhodes 51 yards, Boysen with 36, and Tony Myers with 32. So very good half for the Royals.
Yeah.
It seems like everything's clicking.
And we were talking about things around HSE. For us, Southeastern Sports Network, we do athlete features that will be coming out soon. All of the members in Southeastern Sports Network each do an individual athlete that we have a feature story about, and so
get to know a little more behind the scenes of these HSE athletes that you see in the hallways, and if you go to HSE, obviously,
or see on the field as well,
right.
or
the court, any
course,
their respective play.
Their playing field, I guess you call it, or whatever you want to call it, their place where they play their sport or event.
There we go.
And as we mentioned earlier, Zionsville's homecoming, as it looks like they're doing some homecoming court activities, or festivities, I should say. But yeah, so we have athlete features coming out soon, so that will be cool to see.
Get those on HSE News. And passer rating for Hobson 155 in the first half. So that's a max. That's the max rating in the NFL.
That's
so
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really good. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Zionsville has. They're gonna.
Yeah, for as good as a team as Zionsville is, I wouldn't expect. They have come out of halftime with no adjustments.
Well, and they're not going to give up either.
Absolutely,
no matter what. Coach Scott Turnquist is a good coach, very well respected around the conference, around the state. So he'll get his team fired up and ready to go for the second half and try to make a comeback. But Coach Morris, if you're talking to the Royals, just got to keep the pedal to the metal, got to keep going.
But at the same time, you got to keep a level head. Yep.
Yeah, keep a level head.
Treat it as 0-0.
Can't look ahead to next week or anything like that. But just a great first half for the Royals, and looking to see how the second half goes. Excited for it. And if you're a Royals fan, you're hoping to get out of here with a win. So
with the few Royals, Royals Nation showing up to Zionsville. Good shout out to all the students in the student section. May not be, the biggest student section, but
yeah,
people are
tough.
still here.
With
it's a tough drive.
We had a fun time getting over here from Fishers. It's always fun when the interstates are lined up with orange barrels and there's lots of traffic.
Orange cones.
But it was fun getting over here, but yeah, that's maybe expected. A little bit less of a student section tonight.
Obviously, big thank you to the Zionsville Athletic Department and administration for allowing us to broadcast this game, and for the, once we got here, treating us well, and big thank you to them and
giving us food.
Yes,
always great. Subway was the catering option they had tonight, so that was very nice of them. Eat fresh.
Are we sponsored now?
I'm just saying the Subway. Subway Eat Fresh. I like Subway.
I'm glad you like Subway, Tyler.
Yeah, you get to choose what you get, and I like that about that.
Hopefully,
the option of what I want on my sandwich.
Hopefully, they're hearing they're hearing this.
Anyway,
back to the game. Just about 2 minutes until the players are coming back onto the field, and
that's right, Coach Coleman, one of the Royals assistant coaches, is telling us that
1 half to go.
1 half to go. Telling the Royals they got 1 half to go. Telling us that they aren't letting up just yet, and they still have plenty of time. That they have to keep going and continue to play well. But Looks like the Royals have started their way outside the locker room with about a minute 25 until the second half. So we'll take a brief break for the second half. Thank you for joining us for halftime analysis.
We are back from halftime, and HSE with a 28-0 lead on Zionsville as HSE is going to be prepared to kick off to Zionsville. In the second half, obviously, Coach Turnquist has talked to his team, putting in some adjustments at halftime, and be excited to see what they do on offense in this opening drive.
Yeah, they're going to try to get some momentum, get established, get some momentum, and just try to get anything going to make a comeback. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Another squib kick from Girolis and another bobble, but he does fall on it, so it is going to be Zionsville ball around the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll take over, or start off the half. Before we get into the second half action, quick reminder, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible this year by Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street. Check out their hours at skyzone.com/Fishers. Wiseman's going to take the snap and hand it to Price, who's got some room up the middle. And good tough run in there for Colin Price, and he's going to move his chains.
Yeah, good run by Colin Price and get the first down. And good job by their offensive line up front, not allowing the Royals defense line to get much penetration and making a hole for Price to run through.
He's going to drop back. He's looking left, and he's going to throw it deep, and he's got a man, and he just overthrew him there a little bit. Receiver found a hole in the zone, but just overthrew him a little bit. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, not a bad route. It was running a corner route, but like you said, Wiseman just overthrew him. He split the safety in the corner, so he was open if it was a perfect pass, but unfortunately for Zionsville, Wiseman just threw it a little bit too far and brings up 2nd and 10.
Cam Cooper was the intended receiver on the play. He's rolling out left, and he's going to look to pass, and he does, and it's good catch out by the sideline, but not enough for the first down, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2, but good throw, good catch, and he was open.
Yeah, and a good job by the Zionsville offensive line. The Royals brought a blitz. Seth Morelli, the Will linebacker, blitzed up through the middle, and Zionsville offensive line were able to recognize it and then pick up the blitz and then allow time for Wiseman to throw and then obviously get close to a first down here.
He's going to give it to Price on the 3rd down, and he's got enough room. Ooh, and a good tackle. John McCall came up and made the tackle, and if he didn't get that tackle, there was a lot of room in front of him.
Yeah, really good job by McCall coming down, but good job by Price. It was a really quick hitting run play, and got the first down, and so far the Zionsville's moving the ball here as they start the half.
Even these first couple plays, as you can see, Colin Price is needing the ball. Zionsville probably talked about that in halftime, moved away from a little bit, but he's going to find a route, and Cam Cooper, quick pass down the right side and a good gain, so it's going to be another first down Zionsville.
Yeah, a really good route by Cannon Cooper. It was just a seam route up the middle, or in the middle of the field, I should say. And Wiseman found him for a first down, and like I said for the Royals, the same thing for Zionsville. When you're on the ball, it opens up the passing game, and so far we're seeing it on this opening drive of the second half for Zionsville.
It's going to be pitch out to Colin Price, and he's got a little bit of room on the left side before he gets tackled, so it's going to be about a gain of 3. This is all of a sudden, 2 minutes into this 3rd quarter, Zionsville's HSE's 27, and they're moving.
They sure are, and if you're HSE, do everything you can to either force them to a 4th down conversion or a field goal in this part of the field. And so far, this is the first time really getting close to the red zone for Zionsville, so we'll see how the Royals defense reacts to that.
Let's get some pressure, but he's going to get it out to the right side, and he's got a lot of room. And he's going to break some tackles and be all the way down to the 10-yard line. So some sloppy tackling for the Royals leads to a big gain Zionsville, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, Colin Price just looked like he was going to block for a second, then went straight out to the flat and was wide open and had plenty of green grass in front of him. And so really good run by them, and then the Royals got sloppy on the tackling, which is something you can't do against Colin Price because he'll run right through it.
He's going to hand it off. Colin Price up the middle. Going to be another solid run for about 4.
Well, I told you the Zionsville team wasn't going to give up, and that Coach Turnquist would get them ready to go in the second half, and so far we're seeing that they've come out, they've established a running game. They've had a couple long passes and some really good runs by Colin Price, so that they came out to play right in the second half, and so far HSE is feeling what Zionsville can do.
Quick correction on what I said. It is not a 3rd and goal, but he's going to run it for about no gain, maybe a gain of 1, but
this will bring up 3rd down and about 2. Because they can still get a first down right about at the 2-yard line.
Right.
So and basically 3 yards for a touchdown. So
it's probably closer to 5.
you're right. Yeah, 4 or 5.
Give it to Price up
Good
the middle.
penetration.
Yep, good penetration. Royals. And
Love
it's going to
Sunwing.
be close. Let's see where they mark it.
4th down. Yeah, good job by Loudon Sunwing. Came right off the edge and got enough of Price to make him go down short of the first down, and brings up a really big 4th down and a chance for the Royals after really for the first time allowing a good offensive drive for Zionsville to get a stop and keep the shutout alive for the Royals and not allow Zionsville to get any momentum early in the second half.
He's going to keep feeding Colin Price, and the Royals are ready for it that time. Joel Cheche with a good tackle.
Didn't get it. Did not get it.
And it's going to be short. So HSE is going to take over about the 5-yard line, and a big stand there from the defense.
That was huge for HSE, as Zionsville's making a really good drive, their first good drive of the game, to go get some momentum heading in the second half. And instead, the Royals, with a goal line stand basically, and force a turnover on downs. And Coach Waller, the defensive line coach for the Royals, was run out into the field, giving chest bumps to some of the Royals' defensive linemen, and they're fired up. So really good defensive stand by the Royals, and puts the offense back out on the field for their first drive of the second half.
We're going to give it to Blaine Wirtz, who's looking for some room, but nothing there. Good tackle by Zionsville, so bring up a 2nd and 10. And oftentimes when the defense forces a turnover on downs deep in the territory, the offense sometimes has some trouble getting out.
They put some in tough field position.
Right, the other end zone is just
makes it a
right
long
on
field. So your biggest goal of this drive is to get some field position back.
Blaine Wirtz,
other than scoring a touchdown, of course, or getting some points. Your next goal would be trying to flip some field position.
no gain on another carry, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. And these adjustments from Zionsville, their offense was moving the ball, and now their defense is stopping the run. So
this is important for Hobson to be smart here. Cannot have a turnover. Don't want to give them an easy score, or in this part of the field, it could be a pick 6 if there's an interception. So just be smart. Don't force anything. Get out of your hands. And in worst case scenario, punt it away.
they're looking play action, and he's looking out left, and he's going to try to get it to Boysen. He does make the catch, but he's not going to have any feet in bounds. So it's going to be 4th down. And this is crucial that we get the snap off and a good punt.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And a good effort by Boysen. Really good catch. But just unfortunately did not get a foot in. And a pretty good throw by Hobson, too.
Across the body,
yeah,
too.
Boysen they faked the jet sweep, and then he just wheeled up the sideline and was just unfortunately out of bounds.
And the punt is away. It's going to be low, but it'll take a little bit of a bounce out to the 45-yard line, and Zionsville's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 42. Miles Cox on the return, and about 3-yard return. So Zionsville's going to have very good field position for their second half, or for their second drive of the half.
Yeah, and Jake Houston there on the punt coverage, and a good tackle by him to not allow too much of a return, but with the field position that the Royals started with, and then quick 3 and out, punting it right back to Zionsville. Obviously, Zionsville is going to have a really good field position and another great opportunity to get some points on the board and try to gain some momentum.
Quick pass. Oh, and it is almost picked off Michael Cherry.
I feel like we say that at least once every week.
I feel like
either
we do
intercepts
too.
a pass or he's
Almost there.
almost makes an interception. So Mike Cherry was close to having another one. He's had several on the season, had a pick six last week and a pick six against North Central as well. So he's had a very good season, and he's always around the ball.
2nd and 10 for Zionsville. He's going to hand it to Colin Price. And HSE is there. Clayton Toner with a good tackle along with Nate Haas. So he's probably about a gain of 1 or 2. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, 3rd and long here for Zionsville. Will be interesting to see what the Royals do, if they're going to bring pressure, if they're going to sit back in coverage and try to keep everything in front of them and not allow 9 yards. They'll give up 8, but they're not going to give up. Hopefully, not going to give up 9 is their mindset. Or if they're going to bring pressure and try to force a quick pass.
I'm going to give it to Colin up the middle, and he's going to get some yards, but it is nowhere close to being enough. So it's going to be 4th down, and this field, this area of the field.
They got nothing. At this point, they got really not a lot to lose, so I would be shocked if they didn't go for it.
Important for the Royals to watch the ball. Don't jump off sides, don't give him any free yards, and they're going to take the snap, look right, throw right, and he's got a man, and he's picked off by Jake Houston. It looked like initially might have beaten him by a step, but underthrow caused an interception, Jake Houston, and, hate to be that person, but, it might have been better if he swatted it, a little bit of a better field position. But
you're right.
Anywho, he's got the pick, and the Royals are going to take over, so it's going to be Royals offense.
Either way, and I'm sure that's what Coach Waller is telling him right now. Hey, if you bat that down, we have the ball 20 yards upfield. But Jake Houston will get an interception. He'll take it, and really good coverage by him. And Wiseman had the receiver at first if he just underthrew him and allowed Jake to get back into the play and get an interception. So good job by Houston, and gives Royals.
Roll out right, look for the comeback route, and he's going to throw it to Ben Boysen, and a lot of contact, but no flag. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Looks like a lot of contact, but
he can see better than we can. But I would agree, it was Boysen on a corner route, and it did look, he was open a little bit, but pretty good coverage, a little bit of contact that could have been called, but it wasn't. So 2nd and 10 for the Royals.
Refs are letting them play tonight, and not too many penalties. And it's going to play action, and it's thrown right into the Zionsville defender's hands, and it's looked like he's got a lot of room, and it's going to be a touchdown, Zionsville. A pick six, and I don't think Hobson, he misplaced that one. It was just right into Zionsville.
Yeah, he just threw it too far out in front of him, and basically threw it right to the Zionsville defender. Couldn't catch what number the Zionsville defender was, but good job for him. Right place, right time, and so he takes it back to the house and gets Zionsville a touchdown. So still plenty of time left to get back to the game.
Jeb Garrett, the linebacker, with the pick six for
good.
Zionsville. So
Garrett with a good run after taking the interception and gives Zionsville some momentum. And if you're Hobson, if you're the Royals, that's one thing you really couldn't do is turn the ball over. But luckily, they've given himself a pretty good cushion that they can recover from if they don't continue to do that.
The kick is good, so it is 28-7 with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Zionsville looked good on that drive, looking good so far in the 2nd half, but hopefully HSE will, adjust. It's just football, a game of adjustments. Seeing what they do on one side, make an adjustment, and hopefully HSE can do that here. They'll get the ball back. Hopefully, Hobson a little more cautious. Is 28-7, as I mentioned. So you were talking about HSE giving them a good enough of a cushion that we don't really have to panic yet. But
you just can't let up. And I don't think HSE is let up. It was just a mistake by Hobson that forced the interception, obviously a touchdown. So Look, you do what worked in the first half. You go back to that, running the ball, try to establish the run game, and get your play action game going, and you can get that back. You just have to execute a little bit better than we've seen thus far in the second half. But if you're Zionsville, and if you're HC also, watch out for an onside kick possibly here. Maybe try to get an extra possession quickly in a hurry and really start to change some momentum.
Get a lot of momentum.
But I do not know if they're going to do that. But anyway, if you're Hobson, just be smart. You got a 21-point lead. Play with the lead smart. Can't have any more turnovers and just run some clock as well. If you can do that, get into the fourth quarter, still up 21, and if you can also put in some more points if you're the Royals, that'd be great as well. But at least going to fourth, going up 21 will make it difficult for Zionsville to make the comeback, come all the way back, I should say.
So a good kickoff, and Jaden Smith's going to have to backpedal and another touchback. So the Royals will get the ball at the 20-yard line and look to drive down the field and put some points on the board.
See what Coach Whites decides to go with on this drive, if he's going to start with the run game, which looks like he's going to do with the jet sweep.
Ben Boysen with a good amount of room. You get about 5 yards on the jet sweep, and good play on first down, got some yards.
5, so good way to start the drive, put you in second and manageable, staying ahead of the sticks.
Give it to Blaine Wirtz on the left side, and he's going to cut back up to the middle and get a couple more yards, probably about 3. So 3rd and 2 coming up.
Good run by Blaine Wirtz. Just 2 guys there to tackle him. He just cuts the other way and picks up a couple extra yards, and so makes it a 3rd and 1. And this is one, if you're Zionsville, it'd be huge to get a stop, keep the momentum on your side, and get your offense out there, but also a chance for the Royals to kind of calm down a little bit, get a first down, and get things going again.
One thing I have seen this game I wanted to point out, early in the season, those first downs, second downs, runs for no gain and get behind the chains or behind the sticks for 3rd down and long. But as Blaine breaks a run out to the right side, and he's got a lot of room ahead of him, and he's down to the 40-yard line, 35, and tackled all the way down to about the 28-yard line. Very, very impressive run by Blaine Wirtz, and that is a big momentum shifter if you're HSE.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Great run by Blaine, and it takes any of the momentum that Zionsville is starting to build away from them as the Royals are now on the plus side of the field, and they did mark him down at the 30-yard line, it looks like. So, but what a run by Blaine, what a job by the Royals offensive line, and Blaine just found the hole and took it and made a nice cut to the outside to pick up extra yards, and just a great run by him.
Going to put Tony Myers in motion, and they're going to give it to him on the left side, and he's got a couple blockers in front of him, and a flag is down. So let's see what that is.
This one's likely to be coming back, but we will find out for sure.
They're putting the ball.
Yep, it's coming back.
Yep. Back to the point I was talking about a little bit earlier before Blaine broke the run. Those first downs where we get runs for maybe 1 yard, 2 runs, and then we bring up a 3rd and 9, and have to pass and not much doing.
Yeah.
But this game, the Royals are doing a lot better on those first down and second down plays, getting yardage and not forcing a 3rd and 9 on coming their way. So
that's what you got to do in general. You got to stay ahead of the sticks, make your 3rd downs, 3rd and manageables, make them opportunities where you have a good chance of picking up a first down. When you're 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, the whole game, you're probably going to win the game because you're going to pick up a lot of those first downs. But if you're 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, the majority of the game, you're not going to get them, and your defense is going to be out there a lot.
Bad snap, and there's going to be another flag. So
there's going to be a snap infraction, false start.
Just as we're talking about staying in front of the sticks, we're going to be 1st and 17. So hopefully HSE can fight back, but maybe a little bit of announcer's jinx, who knows?
But and also I think tonight there's been a lot of play call variety. It hasn't always just been run, pass. It's been run, pass, run. There's been different ways we've ran the ball, done the jet sweep. It seems like we've maybe opened up the playbook a little bit more than where we were at the beginning of the season, which give credit to Coach Whites and a job he's done with scheming and did a good job play calling tonight.
Be handoff to Jason. He's going to bounce it out to the right, but he's going to be tackled with Zionsville about the line of scrimmage, so no gain there. So it's going to be second and about 17. And another thing, Jace Alexander, you know, getting some good snaps tonight. We didn't see him early in the season, but the last 2 games he's gotten in and really made the most of his snaps for these 2 games. Another big addition to the offense.
Yeah, Will Veet on the tackle there for Zionsville came up and make a really good tackle, not allowing Jace Alexander to get to the outside. But you're right, Jace has made the most of his snaps tonight.
And the comeback route, and it is just like through the hands.
Yeah, dropped it. And so this is the 3rd and longs we were talking about that we didn't want to get into, but this is something where you try to pick up half and then go for it on 4th down. If you don't get it here, you might think about just punting it and trying to pin them deep.
Right, don't want to do anything, you know, that would cause a turnover.
You just got to play smart. Especially you got to learn how to play with the lead, play smart, not make mistakes, and usually you're going to be all right with the defense that we have.
And the run to Blaine Wirtz isn't going to pick up much. So 4th and 17, we just couldn't fight back from those early penalties on 1st down. So it looks like HSE's probably going to punt. We're keeping the offense for now.
But we'll probably hesitate for a second and then bring them on. You could go for it technically here. You wouldn't be giving them great field, or you'd be giving them good field position, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I would punt it, try to pin them deep, and make them go a long field if you believe in your punting game. But as they line up, we'll see what they do.
Right. He's going to put them in motion.
They might try to
fake the snap and probably call a timeout.
Yeah, because that play call, if you're going to try to get half, you wouldn't run. You're just going to take the delay of game, actually, which will move him back 5 more yards to allow the punter to try to pin it deep.
Get some room, yep.
Which you can decline this. And they're going to accept it, so they'll take him back. But it will allow them to, if they were going to go for it, they would have tried to pick up half. They wouldn't have ran the ball on 3rd and 17. They would have tried to do something to pick up some yards, but playing it conservative and then allowing them to hopefully pin it deep here.
Another low punt, and it's going to take a bounce, and HSE is going to cover it.
1 yard line.
Very, very good job by the punt team for the Royals, and it's going to down them at the 1.
That was just an awesome job for the Royals.
John McCall with the coffin corner. That was a good play for the brand. Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he'd be proud of that. What just a great punt, and just angled it right to the sideline, right onto the 1 yard line, and that's why you punt it from there. So really good job by them, and obviously great job by the punt coverage team getting down there, not allowing it to go into the end zone, and forcing now Zionsville down 21 points to go 99 yards.
Right. Kind of put them in the position we were in earlier in the half, and see how they react. They're going to give it to Colin Price on the left side, and he's going to do a good job of getting out of the end zone to prevent a safety, but not get much more than that. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 with 55 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, good defense by the Royals on the not allowing them to get out to the outside, and just for a minimum game. And obviously a safety here, you have to watch out for that.
Take the snap and a quick pass, and be a little hitch route. And some good yardage to get him out of the danger zone, but not enough for the first, so it is going to be a 3rd and short for Zionsville. It's probably about a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, the Royals are just playing off in coverage. They're 5-6 yards off the ball, so you just run a quick hitch route, throw it, pick up some yards, and get closer to a 1st down. So good execution by Zionsville.
Going to give it to Colin Price, and
so you got the 1st down. Yeah, got the 1st down.
Yeah, the Royals were there, but forward progress carried him past the marker, and it's going to be 1st down. So good job of Zionsville getting out of the half-yard line, and hopefully HSE doesn't give up too many yards, but we shall see in 35 5 seconds and counting about left in this third quarter. Seems like a pretty quick third quarter.
Well, it was a quick quarter.
And pass out to the right side, and it is about a shoestring tackle down by the feet.
Trey Firestone there on the catch. Just ran a quick out route. Good job by the Royals coming up and making a tackle and not allowing any yards after the catch. Yeah.
At the end of the third quarter, quick reminder, Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this fall. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. Big shout out to Sky Zone, who's sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for Southeastern Sports Network. And the end of the third quarter, we'll take a little bit of a break. We have the fourth quarter on the other side, and SSN will be back with you next. We are back as the fourth quarter is underway. 28-7, Royals on top in Zionsville with the ball. It'll be a second down. There's a quick rollout to the left, and he's going to have a receiver, but just underthrown. So it's going to bring up a third and about 7 or third and 8 maybe. Had a receiver there, just throw on the run, tough pass, just couldn't mark it, put it on the mark.
Yeah, he just underthrew it, threw it at his feet. And brings up a big 3rd and 8 for Zionsville, and your early start to the fourth quarter.
Some updates around the area at the end of the third quarter. Avon has taken the lead 21-7 against Fishers at Fishers, so it's going to be a pass. Ooh, just overthrown. John McCall might have.
You mean 21-14?
21-14,
yeah,
sorry.
Because they were. Well, that's what a comeback by Avon. Fishers was up 14-0, and
3 straight scores.
Yeah, 21 unanswered points by Avon. So.
And
Good
Brownsburg has extended their lead 31-0 at the end of the third quarter
Over
over Westfield.
Yeah.
Yep. Center Grove up 21-0 on Lawrence Central, and Noblesville still has the lead 14-7 over Franklin Central. And so the punt is away, and it's a low punt with a little bit of a bounce, and he's going to take it. A dangerous play, yeah. Jake Houston is going to get it to about the 50-yard line, but just guess he didn't want it to bounce all the way down, but dangerous play, just didn't want to bobble it and hope Zionsville got the ball. But nonetheless, HSE has the possession at the 50-yard line, so HSE will get the ball. 11:40 left in the game.
Yeah, if you're the Royals, you just want to, at this point, run the ball, chew some clock, and try to get down and score some more points. But obviously, main thing, chew some clock and try to get out of here.
Jet sweep to the right side. Ben Boysen is going to try to juke a defender out, but to no avail. Will Veit with the tackle. It's going to be about a gain of 2 yards, so 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that's probably the 4th or 5th time we've seen that jet sweep to the outside, and we've had some success with it tonight with Boysen. We also saw it one time with Tony Myers on the jet sweep, and sometimes they'll do that or they'll fake it and then run it up the middle, and we also saw earlier where they faked both of them and then did a play-action pass. So there's a lot of things they can do off of that jet sweep motion.
I'm going to give it to Blaine Wirtz up the middle on this one, and he's, wow, found a hole.
Good patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience. A little bit of a 5-yard gain, so a 3rd and 4. 3rd and manageable coming up for the Royals. And we'll see what they call up here. Hobson will take the snap and give it to Blaine Wirtz, excuse me, and doesn't look like he got there. A gain of probably about 2 or 3, and it's going to be short. So
Yeah, it brings up the decision
4th and 2
for Coach Morris if he wants to go for it or try to get him to jump off sides first, or on the last one you can try punting the ball again and try to pin him deep. See what he does. You could argue really for either one.
hurrying up to the line, and they're going to take the snap quickly, give it to Blaine Wirtz, and Zionsville was all over it.
Yeah, when you hurry up to the line, it either works, and you try to do go quick like that, try to
catch him off guard.
Catch him off guard, Zionsville off guard. It's either going to work or that's going to happen. It's not going to work, and they're going to get penetration and stop you short. So
it'd be really good or really bad.
Yeah, and now they get really good field position, and I know you're up 21, so you probably feel a little bit more okay with doing that. There's not as big of a risk if it was tied ball game or only a 7-point ball game, but still plenty of time for Zionsville to make it interesting and make it a close game. So they will have good field position to start off this drive.
Wiseman will drop back and looking to pass, and he's going to lob it up deep left side, and is going to be thrown out of bounds. Good coverage, Jake Houston. He's letting the receiver know that one was incomplete, but just thrown out of bounds. So going to be 2nd and 10 coming up. 9.5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, knowing Jake Houston, playing with him before, he's a fiery player, and he certainly talks a little bit of smack to the opponent, tries to get in their head a little bit, which a lot of DBs do to the receivers, and the receivers try to do to the DBs. They're talking a lot during the game, a lot. So
he's going to take the snap, look to pass again, and he is going to throw it over the middle, and is caught for a 1st down and more, about to the 39-yard line. So 1st down Eagles coming up to about the 39-yard line, as I said, and Zionsville's moving the ball, got a little bit of urgency in them. Their pass game is working so far. Let's see what they come up with here on 1st down. They're going to drop back and a quick pass over the middle, or to the left side, caught by number 80 Cam Cooper on that tight end.
Yeah, they ran the bubble option and then ran 2 basically streaks off of it, and got the Royals to kind of come up thinking it was a bubble, and then they just threw it right past him to the receiver on basically a fake, trying to act like you're blocking, and then you kind of just run out for a pass on a straight line or streak. So good execution by Zionsville.
Take a drop back, and he's got a lot of room, but he's going to just run it, and looks like he might have gotten enough. Yep, he did. So it's going to be another 1st down Zionsville. A good play, not forcing anything downfield. He just took his room, take what the defense gave him, and got the 1st down.
Yeah, and he stretched the ball out at the end just for good measure to make sure he got the 1st down, and a good smart run by him. Got out of bounds, also stopped the clock.
Doing everything right in that play. Take the snap and more passing. Going to roll out left a little bit, and
really good coverage.
Yeah, he's just going to have to.
Nothing downfield.
Just going to have to take what the defense has given him once again, and that's going to be no gain. So, gain of 2. So, 2nd and 8 coming up. Good coverage in the secondary, just not getting to the quarterback quite fast enough. But we'll take the 2-yard gains. He's going to get sacked by Number 49, Nate Haas, got to him there, and as we were talking about, the secondary was locking up, and that time the defensive line got to him, so it's going to be a sack, Nate Haas, and it'll bring up a 3rd and about 15 for Zionsville from the 34-yard line.
Yeah, big play for Zionsville, just like the Royals earlier, try to get half.
They're going to pass it right on the little out route, and it's just going to be too high for the receiver, Cam Cooper.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 4th and long.
Yeah, number 7, Dom Vecchiarella down the field was mad at Wiseman because he was open, which should have been for a touchdown if Wiseman just looks his way. So fortunately for the Royals,
He did not look that way.
Yeah, didn't look that way and didn't see him. But really, Wiseman had a couple guys open, and then the comeback was open too briefly, but he just threw it way over his head and for an incomplete pass. So
4th and 15
down here. Yep.
They're going to go with the 5 wide for the first time this game, I think, and he's going to just look like an all-go. He's going to throw it deep to the right side, and it is picked off. Yeah, it's going to be picked off for the Royals.
That's another one where you wish he dropped it because you get a lot better field position, but the Royals will take it. Interception and great job for the Royals. Really good coverage. And the Royals will now take over at the 20-yard line. So Royals will now get to try to kill some more clock and continue to move towards the end of the game with 7:04 left in the 4th quarter.
He's going to give it to Blaine Wirtz. He's going to bounce it out to the right side. He's going to juke a defender, but good tackle by Zionsville to limit the gain to only about 6 yards.
Yeah, it was also really good blocking by Ben Boysen and Luke Childers out there at receiver, blocking the outside to allow Blaine to get some extra yards, and just a good run by Blaine off the edge and pick up 7, and clock's running. So good job by the Royals, and you'll expect them to stay in the huddle for longer, probably wait to snap it until it gets closer to 4 or 5 on the play clock.
No rush here.
Is that when he snaps it at 6 on the play clock? So
Going to be a run up the middle.
And Micah Phillips was the one on the interception. And so really good job by Micah Phillips in the end zone, making a good catch. And like we said, probably would have been better field position-wise to let that one go incomplete, but
2 interceptions for the Royals, both of them.
You'll take it, though. You'll take it.
Absolutely. He's going to look over the middle. Ben Boysen open on the slant route, and he's going to get a lot of room down to the 50-yard line. So a good play there for the Royals.
Perfect throw by Hobson. Hit him in
right
stride.
on the money, yep.
And Boysen makes a good catch, and a few yards after the catch, and the Royals get another first down and allow them to take more time off the clock and continuing to move the chains. And just what a great performance it was in the first half, and obviously the Royal offense hasn't been as potent here in the second half, and obviously let up a pick 6, but still overall so far just a great game for them, and just great job for the Royals in general all over on both sides of the football.
Jace Alexander's going to take the snap, and he's got a little bit of room out, and he's running hard, and it's going to be tackled right at about the line to gain. Let's see where they mark it. But another good run by Jace Alexander, and it is going to be a first down. Yeah, we've got a Zionsville man down.
Yeah, he
probably just got caught up in that pile, but you never like to see that. And there's a little break in the action. we do want to remind you Southeastern Sports Network is made possible by Sky Zone in Fishers this fall. Come in and fly with them this year. Sky Zone in Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. Big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for Southeastern Sports Network. And take this opportunity of a little bit of a breakage to update our viewers on some MLB. You know, the regular season's coming down to the wire. The Brewers are tied 1-1 with the Rockies, trying to fight back to first place. And the Cardinals, who currently hold the first place in the NL Central, are tied 0-0 with my Cubs, who are eliminated.
Yeah, you're having a
very, very tough 2 weeks.
Yeah, rough couple weeks.
But Nationals are up 7-2, who currently have the home field advantage in the wild card. So just 3 good games there to watch. And the MLB postseason and the end of the regular season should be fun. But back to this, 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. And we are going to take a short break on Southeastern Sports Network. And as the injured Zionsville player makes his way off the field, we do want to extend our wishes that he is okay. And some score updates around the area. Avon has extended their lead to 28-14 against Avon. Brownsburg 34-7 against Westfield. Carmel's up 10-7 against North Central, which is a closer game than I would have thought. And finally, Noblesville still has that 14-7 lead. So Hobson's going to take the snap to Jace Alexander, handoff, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, 4:25 and counting now left in the fourth quarter here as we're starting to wind down. Royals still holding the 21-point lead, as they have not scored since the first half, but they put up enough in the first half to
allow this.
Yeah,
right?
allow them to have a big cushion, and barring a shocking finish here, they allow them to win the game.
Just going to take the snap with about 4 on the play clock, and going to hand it off. And no gain again on the run by 26 for the Royals. Nijay Wilson, good to see him in the game.
Yeah, Nijay did a pretty good job of filling in for Blaine while Blaine was hurt.
Avon has extended their lead against Fishers, not themselves. So 28-14 Avon.
Yeah, that'd be a good game. Number 1 in the state versus
number 1 in the state.
Yeah. Looks like Zionsville's bringing some pressure here on 3rd and 9, and I'd be surprised if the Royals don't just keep it on the ground and continue to run the clock.
Just about 3 minutes left. And
man, timeout, Coach Morris.
Yeah, timeout, excuse me. Coach Morris saw the pressure.
Yeah, it was right before the play clock went off, or went to 0. It would have been delay a game. Instead, timeout for the Royals with 3:06 left.
And this timeout, we do want to extend our thank yous to Sky Zone and Fishers for their sponsorship of Southeastern Sports Network this year.
Sure do. They've been very good to us, not only last year helping us get off the ground with our network, and then we're back again this year.
Always thankful for them.
As our top sponsor, so thank you to them, and go visit them, go jump around a little bit.
It's a fun place to be at.
And this has been a fun place to be tonight. Royals have, I would probably say, their best performance all season.
Best full game.
For sure, complete performance. And against a pretty good Zionsville team. On the road, on homecoming, it's always a tough time to play on the road on the other opposing team's homecoming night. But the Royals have handled it very, very well, and came ready to play, and they've showed what kind of team they can be if they play together and if they play well.
And the snap, it's going to be a play action. It's going to throw it out to Nathan Wolf on the flat, and he's going to pick up good yardage, but
just short, looks
yeah,
like.
just short, and
I think he also
got out of bounds, so
yeah.
the clock is going to stop at 3 minutes, and it's going to be 4th and 1. It looks like the offense is going to stay out, but that means nothing in the HSE offense. Let's see if
yeah, I think you go for it. I mean, they went for it earlier when they're on their own 43. They're now on
32.
32, so it will definitely should go forward here. You might try to get them to jump first. They aren't going quick this time, which didn't work last time. But probably just hand it up the middle and hope you can get your offensive line can get you a yard.
And that's exactly what they do.
Oh,
no, Hobson takes it on the left side, and he's going to get got a big gain on down to the 15-yard line.
Read option.
Yeah, faked both of us out. Everyone in the stadium was expecting the run, and great play call.
I think
Coach White.
That was probably, just Hobson reading it, and he realized that the guy crashed hard off the edge, which is what they would normally do on a 4th and 1, and he just pulled it and went up the sideline for a first down, and he keeps the clock running and keeps the ball in HSE possession, and closing in on 2.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
Hobson's going to hand it off to Jace Alexander up the middle, and he's got a lot of room, and it's going to be a touchdown to the Royals to extend their lead 34-7 late in this game.
What a run.
And it's a great run to, cap off Jace Alexander's great night.
Yeah, and give credit to him. He isn't really, he got in a little bit last week, but other than that, he really hasn't played much of the year.
Minutes.
And just what a great job by him. He showed it in scout team and in practice, and they've given him an opportunity. He's definitely made the most of it. And so really happy for him. Get a touchdown and extend the Royals' lead. And
we got a Zionsville member to jump off sides.
Yeah, on the point after, which is good. But the last couple weeks, Royals have scored more than 30 points. Against Westfield, they did it, and then now at home they've done it. They did it at home, and now they've done it on the road. And so tonight, I think it's pretty safe to say that they're going to break their 10-game road losing record, or streak, I should say, and 9-game losing streak after a victory. So first time in a while they've had back-to-back wins, and hoping for another one next week for the Pink game against Noblesville. And then the game after that will be followed by his senior night against Franklin Central. So 2 more home games left. Come out and see your Royals the next couple weeks. Be big to get a couple more wins heading into the season finale against Brownsburg.
Yeah, Royal Faithful come out to that Brownsburg game. We're going to need you.
We'll be on our fall break, but we'll be there.
We will.
At least we hope so if we get approved by
Brownsburg Athletic Department.
Yep. Which we are hopeful we will be.
Avon 35-14 against Fishers, so that game
35 unanswered. That's impressive.
Yeah,
and
just
take
command.
Brownsburg just scored, or it looks like, or Westfield just scored, it looks like, and now they're up. Brownsburg's up 34-7.
Franklin Central scored, so it's 14-13 Noblesville. Pending the extra point, I assume. So that game will be interesting. And the scores around the area. Carmel is still up 10-7 against North Central.
If you get to talk about your Cubs, I get to talk about my Colts this weekend against the Oakland Raiders.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, 2-1 are the Colts.
Should be 3-0, but we'll live with it. We'll take the snap at about, or the kick at the 20-yard line, and run of about 8 yards to the 28. And that's where Zionsville will take over with just about 2 minutes left in this game. Let's see if Zionsville, just wants to run out the clock, or see if they will try to make a move.
This is a drive where you can try to get a rhythm, get some confidence heading into practice and into next week. Or you can try to run the clock out too and just say, we didn't play our best tonight, and try to get out of here with no injuries. But it looks like they are going to throw it.
And it is going to be underthrown. Cole Wiseman underthrew it. Incomplete. So it is going to be 2nd and 10, and 2 minutes even left on the clock.
And Coach Morris definitely has to be excited with tonight's performance, and I'm sure he is looking forward to the next couple weeks with opportunities ahead of him, winnable games for sure against Noblesville at first, and then Franklin Central at home, both at home. So good opportunity for the Royals to continue to move in the right direction.
Colin Price with the run is going to be a gain of 4. Bring up a 3rd and 6. 2-1 Brewers, the bottom of the 4th. And Wiseman is going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be an overthrow a little bit behind him. Intended for number 88, John Heath. So a 4th and 6 coming up for Zionsville.
And if the Royals can stop them, they can take the ball back, get in victory formation, which is always a great thing to be in. Take a knee and get on out of here.
Didn't mean to interrupt you about the Colts, Big
They
game
got
at
first
home.
down, yeah. Oh,
Good run by Colin Price.
He hasn't stopped playing yet. What
He
a
is
run.
not. Down to the 30-yard line, and we've talked about him a lot tonight, and he is an impressive player.
He is a very good player, and he hasn't been able to really get going because of the score line. He hasn't been able to run the ball as much, but he's an impressive player. Has a couple years left after this, as he's only a sophomore. So sky's the limit for him, and same with our running back Blaine Wirtz. They'll be facing each other the next couple years.
That'll be a fun matchup to watch in these next couple years.
But I'll finish my comment about the Colts now that we'll get to it.
Prediction for this week?
Oh, I got them winning. They should win. Even they're going to be shorthanded. Darius Leonard's going to be out, but
T.Y.'s out as well.
Well, he's doubtful.
Looking right in a little stick route. Good
Good
juke.
move.
And he is going to
what
reach and
a
extend.
run.
They called him out of bounds about the 3. That was a very impressive play. Trey Firestone, their leading receiver thus far this year, and that was a very impressive play. And a string of impressive plays got him down to
they haven't given
3-yard
up.
line.
This is cool to see from them, and I'm sure if you're the Royals defense, you want to try to keep their offense from scoring the whole game, but we'll see if they can do it.
And they
just short as the
are gonna be
clock
tackled.
continues to run. Under 40 seconds and counting. It'll be 2nd
for
and
Zionsville.
1.
This score is not going to mean much on the scoreboard, but this will mean a lot for the team and going into next week in practice.
Yeah, they can end the game on a high note.
Right. And
And
Colin
they'll get in
Price is
there.
going to get in there, and it's going to be a touchdown, Zionsville. So the offense gets on the board. The first score of the game for them was a pick 6. So their offense finally gets on the board with a Colin Price touchdown, and with not much time, a good drive by Zionsville to end this game on a high note for them.
A couple impressive runs by Colin Price, and now he adds his 9th touchdown on the year, and tonight he's definitely gone over 1,000 yards for the season as well. So,
Couple big milestones there.
yeah, and good for them to finish the game on a high note, and go into practice next week knowing that they got to play better, but at least they feel a little bit better about themselves as they end the game. But the Royals, for the most part, had a dominant performance tonight.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. So it is going to be 35-14. 22 seconds left in the game. some stats as we close in on the end of the game. Hobson with 146 yards, 3 touchdowns in this game.
And he had
Very
one interception
impressive
as well.
in that one pick,
Yeah.
right? And
But overall, really good performance by him. He only made really one mistake. It was that slant across the middle. Just led, I believe it was DeAndre Rhodes, a little bit too far, and it caused the interception. But other than that, he played a really good game and was very efficient.
Blaine Wirtz was fed the ball a lot tonight. He's 22 carries, 133 yards, and Jace with a good game tonight as well with 98 yards, just around that 100 mark. So that running game, as we talked about, for Zionsville having a good game, or good running game, HSE showed theirs tonight too. Good game overall from both teams.
And Zionsville will still kick it deep. And the Royals will be able to take a knee here. Look, just a great performance by the Royals. Just came out in the first half, just on a roll, and just played really well. And in the second half, let up a pick six and then another score here. But overall, great first half, pretty good second half. Great job by the Royals defense all night, except for that last drive. And they'll take the win, 21-point win, and go into next week at home. Pink game against Noblesville. Confident and feeling good about themselves with a chance with a 2-game homestand to get a couple more wins. But one game at a time for the Royals as
We move
Hobson
back to
takes the knee.
500.
Yeah, back to 500, and really next 2 weeks get to 5-3 heading into Brownsburg would be great. But like I said, one game at a time. Got to focus on Noblesville. You saw what they're playing it close against Franklin Central tonight, and so our next 2 opponents played each other tonight. So that'll be good film to watch for Coach Morris and company. But what an effort by the Royals. Come in, get the win on Zionsville's homecoming night. Just took the momentum from the start, and Zionsville just really could never recover. But good effort by Zionsville in the end to not give up.
One thing I do want to mention, Franklin Central missed the extra point against Noblesville, so it is 14-13. 1 minute, less than 1 minute to go now, so that's a killer if you're Franklin Central. But good game there, as you were talking about. Their 2 next opponents. So it should be a good couple weeks for the Royals. Very exciting couple games coming up, and we've got a good potential for good 5-3 record.
Yep, and I think you got to give a lot of credit tonight. I know we talked about him earlier to Jace Alexander. Just the job that he did was just really unbelievable tonight. He kind of came out of nowhere last week, played a little bit, but tonight was kind of a breakout game for him. They've really become the 1-2 punch, him and Blaine Wirtz, and just a great effort by him. And I don't know if I have I don't know if I have a specific player of the game tonight. I thought everyone played really well. I thought just really both defense played well, offense played well, and I really couldn't give it to one player. But just as the Zionsville PA dresser says, he'd give it to Blaine Wirtz, and you can obviously, I think you can probably give it to him every game he plays because he just runs so hard and just is one heck of a running back. But great effort by the Royals, get a victory, and they'll come back home next week feeling good about themselves.
For Southeastern Sports Network, 35-14 win for the Royals. And our producer, we want to give a quick shout out to the crew. Producer Tristan Fleur, obviously always doing a great job on the production. Everything you see, all the graphics is all him. And a way harder job than, just us talking.
That's very true.
Quick
very true.
Cameraman up top, Zach Vance, with another great night of camera work. So, finally, our Nathan Gergen running stats. And, for the crew.
And can't forget the Evan Miller on the sidelines giving you all the social media work that he's doing and
capturing some great footage.
Pictures and all that. So, anyway, we're going to sign off here. And Turner, it was a pleasure with you. We'll be back next week at home against Noblesville. And just a great night for the Royals. A great win. And looking forward to next week and the rest of the season.
Absolutely. For Turner and Tyler, the rest of the crew, this is SSN. It's going to be signing off.